God,
doesn't it go low, high, mid?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, you're supposed to be like,
You're
There
still.
you go. There you go.
You're
you
the
go.
middle.
There you go. There you go.
God, fucking damn it, idiot!
This is my life now. This is my life.
This is my nightmare.
See?
I need more beer.
Yeah, go.
That's not a beer,
Or
Zach.
alcoholic beverage.
That's not beer.
It's cold, hard, and refreshing.
You know what else is
Unlike my
hard and
sex life.
refreshing?
Unlike my sex life.
Celery, you sick
Yes.
fuck.
Yes.
I like
That's
cucumbers.
exactly where I was going with that.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 187 of the CAMcast.
Come
Wow, all
That's
right.
my line, damn it.
I was not all right. That was
take it from me.
We have already 187 to episode 187.
clearly before this thing even got out of the harbor. Just on fire and all that stuff. Anyway, I am Mike, deer leader, doc taste, leader of men, herder of cats, orderer of pizza, and a bunch of other things.
Thank you.
Which was delicious, by the way.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Anyway, and I am joined, as always, to my right by the one, the only, the professor of the ghetto arts, tenured, not licensed. You're mine, our Uncle Radical. His shenanigans will leave a cherry taste in your mouth. It's kind of weird. We call him Scoots. It's Dave Raleigh.
My shenanigans are cherry flavored, apparently.
Hey, man, it's a seasonal thing.
All right.
Yep.
Wait for the black cherry.
Ooh, there you go. Pro tip.
No comment.
Yikes.
He has no comment. He is the chairman of the boards.
Oh.
Bringer of donuts. Yeah, there you go. You earned that fist bump.
Yep.
Zach Lords.
Present.
Perfect. God, even better, just sadly playing with just some random shit on the table.
I need to get me one of those little fidget toys I can
You
just
like
fuck
playing
with.
with this knob.
Yeah.
Hey, here's my knob.
He made
I don't want your knob. No, thank you.
He does not want Zach's knob. It is...
To be fair, nobody does.
Oh!
Damn. Damn. Bye.
All right, well, we're
See
currently...
you later. Back to the couch you go.
Currently driverless on this one, but whatever, it doesn't matter because we are joined by the original excitable child.
Hey!
There you go, Gavin Phuket. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing well. How are you, Mike?
Oh, we're doing okay.
Good.
Doing okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's been a little minute.
It has been.
God, that was a real Krusty the Clown vibe you had right there.
Hey! Ow!
That's scary how well you do
That's
that.
actually my toned back Dave Grohl impression.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Wow,
he does
that's,
that.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, if you like any of what you've been hearing, which I can't imagine you have,
God help you if you do.
go ahead and let us know on the social medias. You know, the place where you let people know things. We are at CamAutomag on all of them. You know, we're fairly active on 2 of the 3. So,
Including
we'll let you...
Snapchat?
2 of the 4. Go ahead and let you figure out which 2 those are.
Instagram and Facebook.
There you go.
Yeah. Anyway, you can find this podcast wherever you get your podcasts: Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play. Zach, I'm looking a little quiet there.
You sound kind of loud, but we'll bump you up there and we'll bump up here and
Yeah.
we'll turn down here.
There you go. Yeah,
Beautiful.
much better. Anyway, yeah, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, so on and so forth, wherever you get your podcasts. Yeah, support us on Patreon, patreon.com/CamAutomag.
You can hit us at any dollar level, but $5 and up gets you access to the Cam Shenanigans shitposting group.
Damn straight.
I mean, it's not just shitposting, but
Nope. It's a lot of things.
it is a lot of things.
Automotive discussion, automotive shit posting, and sometimes straight shit posting.
Yeah,
That happens sometimes.
That's happened.
Yes,
Really
yes,
is.
Yes, it has. You also get access to
bonus content.
bonus content, early release.
Mm-hmm.
So the Thursday episode, you may even be able to hear as early as Wednesday or even Tuesday.
Yup. All
Beautiful.
depends. So,
Wait, quick question.
Yes?
How does that happen? Like,
How-
how do you, like, what's the mechanics of that? Like, how do people receive their episodes? Early.
So I can make a variety of posts on Patreon,
Uh-huh.
including just a straight audio only one.
Sure.
So yeah, people
Oh, so
just
it's
go
on, like, your Patreon, which is your page, which is, I guess, comparable to a Facebook feed.
Sort
and
of,
people
yeah.
that pay into that can get access to that.
Yep.
Interesting. Okay, I never
Yeah.
knew how it
Nail
worked.
made hammer.
Yeah, that's
Word.
Yeah, no, I didn't know how that worked either, but there we are.
That's cool.
Oh yeah. So there we are. Before we start doing the catch-up thing, I just want to do some shout-outs real quick. First and foremost, Shout out to Alex Crane because he finally tied the goddamn knot this
Hell
weekend.
yeah, brother.
Yes.
Yup.
Super congratulations to a super fan.
Yes.
The biggest of congratulations.
Absolutely.
Couldn't have happened to a nicer dude.
Honestly, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Missed your face.
Yes. And then I told this guy I was going to forget his name, and goddamn it, I have. Shout out to the dude who bought Austin Kent's Turbo M3.
Holy shit.
Oh, wow, really?
I was at NASA, and I was talking to my buddy Tyler, and, you know, there was Austin's old car, and there was a guy standing there, and he's just kind of listening to me and Tyler, and finally he comes up, he's like, I knew I recognized that voice.
You're now known through an audio medium.
Yeah. So,
Interesting.
yeah, so
Cool.
shout out to you there, friendo.
Hey.
Told you I'd forget your name.
It's all good, though.
Yup. But I will remember you. Remember who you are. Anyway, then we have 3 birthdays I just want to quickly rifle off. Zachary B. Peterson.
Which is so weird for me because that's my birth name.
Yep. We went over this last week when there was another Zach Peterson having a birthday.
But my birth name is Zachary Brett Peterson.
Yeah. We went over this when there was another Zach Peterson having. What are you going to do? There you go. Play with your
shit.
knob. Anyway, Dante Potenciano and William Vincent.
Man, 2 very, very cool OGs.
Oh, yes.
Man, I remember going drifting with Dante back in the day. And let's see. Will, oh my God. I love you, man.
Yep.
I probably need a windshield soon.
I need one from him as well.
Total hookup to him, right?
Oh, yeah.
Nobody auto glass.
Yeah.
Guys, if you need a windshield at all, hit up William Vincent.
Nobody auto glass.
I
That's
should
where
have
you
gone
go.
to him for when we did ours on the van
Oh,
recently.
man, yeah, you
Damn
should
it.
have.
Went to
That's
like some nobody on State Street.
Ah.
Yeah. Where is he at?
He actually travels. He's based in Clearfield. But
Okay,
he's
cool.
all over.
He's mobile.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's all over
That's
the place.
great.
He came to me in West Jordan once for a windshield in the ex-girlfriend's Subaru.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, I mean, he's all over the place.
Yeah.
So
Right.
definitely go hit him up. He and his lovely wife, Lindsay, they will take great care of you.
I might just go to him to... The only niggle I have with the windshield on mine is just like one big hole area.
A hole.
A whole area.
A not fixable hole. Sick.
Yeah, it's like
Got
right in front of the driver.
Nice.
So, yeah,
Neat.
might go to him.
Do that. Do lots of that.
Yes.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
anyway, so, gentlemen, it has been a week. What has transpired in this week?
Oh, boy. Well, I am fucking glad you asked. Hey, Zach,
Hey, what?
you started off.
Oh, why do I start it off?
Because
Oh, okay.
reasons.
I did The Gambler.
Ooh.
It was really awesome.
The Mintish 250.
I did. There'll be more on Thursday about it, but it was a damn good time. I met some damn good people. And I'm going to shout out fucking Twilla Tire for hooking me up.
There you go.
Nice.
Because there's some good people.
Hell yeah.
Perfect.
Hell yeah. Gavin, I see you chewing. So, should we just... Do you want to tag team this? Oh, okay. I mean...
You can
yeah.
lead off and I can...
So, a couple weeks ago, Gavin hit me up and was like, hey, what are you doing, this particular weekend? Which had just happened. And he said, I could use your hand shooting some film and pictures for this vehicle, and I would like you the opportunity to drive it. And some of you remember a couple years ago, right before my birthday and just before I went to LS Fest, he got me in Vinnie Meyer's ZL1 Camaro, kind of as a birthday present, and that was awesome. That was kick-ass.
I still think about that day from time to time.
Every
That was a
time I
fun day.
drive East Canyon or Emigration Canyon or am anywhere up in that area, or anytime I see a white ZL1, I think about that day,
Aw.
and it makes me smile.
Tenders.
Yes. Now, we've had the opportunity to take some photos and videos and get a little bit of driving in on a pretty kick-ass car that most people mistake for a Lotus.
So you, all of you, guessed wrong. I listened to last Thursday's episode, and it was funny because I wanted to hear if you guys, could guess something close. Then you were like, quote unquote, knowing Gavin is going to be a P car, it's going to be a Porsche. Well,
And it was not.
it was not a Porsche.
No, it was something of Floridian/South African descent.
Yeah, do you want me to lead this one?
Just go
off?
ahead and
So it was
tee it off, man.
So it was a meth-addled freak of some sort. Go on.
Kind of drove like it, actually.
I mean, I feel like that's a very fitting description. We described it as the type of vehicle that Viper ownership trains you for.
Yes. It is mid-engined.
It is.
It is Duratec powered.
Yes.
With a couple turbskis, a couple big old spinny boys.
Yep.
And
was it lovingly assembled in a shed somewhere?
Possibly.
It might have actually been. It's not a Noble.
No.
But it's a Rossion
So
Q1.
Yes.
It's close.
As seen on American Top Gear.
Mm-hmm.
And
beautiful cars.
Oh my god, man.
Apparently less than 100.
80 have been made globally, worldwide.
Got it.
The first 75 were built in South Africa. The last 5 were built in Florida after new ownership took over.
Oh, boy.
This
Yeah,
car
buddy.
in particular was the founder's car, like the guy who owned the company initially.
Yeah.
That was his car.
And this was number 75. Did I hear
this
him
was
right?
number 75,
Okay.
but this one was weird because it was the last car to be put together in South Africa, but it also has weird componentry that came from Florida.
Right,
is
right.
my understanding.
From what I understand from the owner's story of it, the vehicle was built in 2009, I believe, and it wasn't registered until like 2013 or
13
titled
or
till
14.
14.
What's funny is actually, I was talking with Justin last night. He actually found the ad that the current owner bought the car from on a Lotus forum.
Really?
And this car has been seen. This car has actually been around, but there were. It's funny. Justin was just sending me like these videos that this car had been in, like for sale,
video. Yeah,
for sale video, like from different dealerships and stuff like that. But yeah,
Right.
it was really interesting to like get a little backstory on this thing. But yeah, so stats are it makes around 420 wheel, and it weighs about 2,400 pounds. The ad didn't say 22; it said like 2,400 pounds.
Got it. I mean, it sounds right.
Yeah,
Really
zero.
does.
There aren't any driver aids at all.
There's not even power brakes. There's power steering.
There are no
but it's
airbags.
almost not there.
There are no airbags, and actually, Justin was looking more into this car, and he saw that it doesn't even have like bumper, like
It has no reinforcements of any kind.
no
crash
reinforcements.
protection.
But however, there are like roll cage
It
bars.
has a very massive cage structure.
Yeah, and actually blends in with the actual
It was all
cabin.
wrapped in suede and really nice. I actually didn't notice until I hit my head on it on
Yeah.
the drive up from Morgan.
Yeah,
That the the car had a roll cage tied into it. It's crazy the number of components that car has from other vehicles. Like,
oh, it's funny. It's like E39, window switches and
Yeah, right.
focus turn signals. And
the signal stocks and stuff like that. And there was Ford door handles, like mid 2000s, like F-150 or Ford Flex or Escape,
Something like that.
Yeah,
Not
door
just
handles.
Ford.
Yeah, there was an F-150 dome light.
Yep.
That was mounted to the cage.
Yep.
that I noticed.
The
one that gets me though,
Yeah.
Hyundai Sonata taillights.
See, I couldn't unsee that after you said that.
I said that, and then you all were just like, "Ah."
Damn it, Dave.
And see, the owner was actually really excited. He was like, "Oh wow, you know what all of this stuff is from? I need to hit you up when this stuff starts."
He was
coming
super
apart."
stoked.
Yeah.
He was super stoked you were there.
Yeah,
For sure.
Yeah, no, we actually hit it off really, really well.
Yeah.
Jason
is a really good guy.
Yeah, he was actually really excited when he was like, "Holy shit! Like this is the first person I've just met that understands what this car is."
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I mean, I'd never seen one in person until yesterday, so
Yeah.
that was a big one for me.
Well, what's funny for me is like back in, I think it was like around 2014, I remember seeing it. I was working at TJ Maxx at the time, and I remember
Up
seeing
in
it
Park City.
up in Park City, and
Yeah.
there was this green, like not quite the Lotus, not like I knew what the Noble M600 was,
Yeah,
but I was
And
like,
so
this, but it looks like it, but
it
it's
was giving
not
you Noble
that.
vibes. Yeah,
It doesn't say Noble on the crest.
Right.
What is this thing?
Well, and what's crazy too? If you look straight at the front end, it has a very TVR vibe to it.
TVR mixed with 458 Italia.
Yeah, because when I saw it first, I wasn't quite sure what it was. So I first thought it
Yeah.
was like the blurry photo you posted. I thought it was a Lotus, And then I looked at it.
He gets that a lot, by the way.
Yeah, but I was like, no, because I know what a Lotus is, and I'm like, that's not a Lotus.
It's not an Elise or an Evora or an Exige.
Yeah, which, like, that boyfriend looks like all of them combined. That's why I knew it wasn't a Lotus.
Yeah, and the green paint also.
Yeah,
honestly,
it's
really
the British racing green for sure.
Yeah, it's a beautiful color, really fucking hard to shoot.
Oh my god, it's difficult as hell to shoot.
But then like the TVR, I did see some TVR, and I thought that Noble,
Like Sagara's headlights and shit.
Yeah.
And the Sagaris is like my favorite TVR.
It's mine too, actually.
So-
In that iridescent purpley, bluey, yeah.
Yes. So I mean that pearl green paint
Yeah.
and the weird little yellow and black kind of crest logos that were on the wheels.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Rossian logo lent itself to be considered as a British vehicle.
And it does have British problems from time to time.
I'm going to blame that as Ford, but yes.
Yeah. I mean, most days, if not every day, the owner, I asked him, you know, how often he contemplates just putting it in the barrier and just collecting a check. He's like, oh yeah, every day.
Every time I take it out.
Every time I take it out,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I fucking hate it, but it's also great. I love it.
It's a car that makes you reconsider your life choices.
Constantly.
Yep.
On an hourly basis.
Yeah.
But Dave.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
I want it.
Yeah. Pretty rad.
It's like, holy shit. I wasn't able to drive it as spiritedly as the owner nor myself would have preferred. But the little bit of seat time I got in the car was insane.
It's a pretty cool little car.
Dude, boost hits in that car like a sledgehammer. It's nuts. Damn. But, I mean, we can...
So now you understood why I had my little incident last year.
Yes. This is the one that
So the
everybody
same car,
gives you shit about spinning.
Yeah.
You looped it.
Yeah, I looped it with... So imagine that car with 10-year-old tires.
I can't.
Yeah.
I refuse.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it'll give you nightmares.
It's like jumping really high on a trampoline only to look down and realize that you are now no longer over the trampoline.
And then there's concrete.
And there's concrete
Yeah.
everywhere. And the air's on fire.
Well then.
The air is on fire in that car. Just like in Florida.
All right.
Anywyo, that one's a bit of a tangent. But
That's
hey.
all right. Well, we'll hear more stories from Gavin about exhibition of speed and watches and squatting and depression on Thursday.
I find that photo.
Anyway, and then real quick, GT Sports Challenge update. I will have something on Wednesday.
Oh, shit.
We are changing it up a little bit. It's not just going to be one car, one track, whatever. It's going to be more of like a track and, an option. Kind of more
a
of
bunch of stuff.
Yes. So that's kind of where we're going. I mean, there will still be some of the same, one car, one track thing, but...
And, with kind of branching this out, giving a little bit of freedom, that's going to kind of help me out with being able to kind of integrate Forza into this as well. So
that's part of the reason why I'm doing this. So
yes.
Make it a little easier, Might not be able to get everything exactly lined up, but we can get close.
We can get it close.
Yes.
That is the nice thing about, modern video games is that they are close.
They are.
There's a lot of similar options.
Mm-hmm.
But so stay tuned for that.
Yep.
We'll probably have something this week.
I'm going to have it up on Wednesday, and Randy Lamb, if you are listening, let me know when you want to come over, and you can be the guinea pig.
Oh, nice.
Yes, he ran into me at the track, and he's just like, I really want to come over and still do that, because I said, anytime you want to come over to the basement, get some laps in.
Very cool.
So that will be a fun little thing. Anyway.
Nice.
You know what else is fun? The shirts that Dave and Zach are wearing.
Oh, snap, you're right.
Damn right.
And you can get them at CAMautoswag.com.
Damn right.
As someone who just barely bought one, this is surprisingly comfy.
They're right.
And they fit me. Me and my 2 C's.
Yeah, they
fits.
Yeah, you're definitely double C thick.
Yep.
I mean, you're not tubby. You're just large.
I'm just yeah.
You're like a tree, like an old tree. There's just a lot of you
everywhere.
Yes. Anyway, Dave is wearing the script logo designed by one Jose Mendez.
The OG.
Yep. Zach is wearing the shirt of the month and probably for another couple of weeks, Understeer to Victory.
Yes.
Haven't had time to design anything, but I've got a few ideas cooking.
Beautiful.
Yes. I need to order myself a new cam hat because my black one it's got sweat stains all over it. It's rather gross.
but that just means you've been enjoying it.
Damn right. I'm gonna get a couple.
Nice.
Gonna get the black and white one.
Very nice, very nice.
Damn right. So yeah, we've got shirts, hats. We got the spring summer hoodie. I
Yeah.
describe it as such because it's a little thinner. You know,
It's nice. It's breathable. It's for,
perfect.
when it's a little breezy and
Yeah.
chilled outside.
You know? So yeah, it's perfect for that. Like we got some of these spring meets happening going into the evening. Just throw that on, you'll be good.
That's it. Because, we're going to have, it's Utah. We're going to have like 7 good days of spring and summer, and then it's just going to get blastingly hot, and then it's going to start snowing.
Yep, that's how it works.
Yep.
So yeah, head over
Welcome to you, Tom.
to Cam Auto Swag. Get yourself kitted out for the spring and summer.
Yes.
And fifth winter.
CamAutoSwag.com.
Road construction.
To the news, gentlemen. That second white one.
There it is.
There we go. Teamwork.
Yeah, thank you.
Gentlemen, you know how parking enforcement will sometimes come up and draw chalk on people's tires to
Yeah.
see how long they've been there?
That's happened to me before.
Yeah, well, guess what? A federal appeals court has ruled that unconstitutional.
Nice.
Yes, it violates the Fourth Amendment, the amendment that protects you against unreasonable search and seizure. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yep. So this came up in the Sixth Circuit, which affects Michigan, Ohio, Kentucky, and Tennessee. And here's what they said. This is from an article on NPR. The court found that chalking is indeed a, quote, search for purposes of the Fourth Amendment because government officials physically trespass upon a constitutionally protected area to obtain information. Just the Supreme Court ruled in 2012 that sticking a GPS tracker to a car counted as a, quote, search, so is marking a tire with chalk to figure out how long it has been parked there. And that search wasn't reasonable, the court said. The city searches vehicles, quote, that are parked legally without probable cause, or even so much as individualized suspicion of wrongdoing, the touchstone of the reasonableness standard. So there you go. If you ever see parking enforcement going up chalk and tires, go ahead and get the ACLU on the line, because they are violating your civil rights.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I just saw that the other day, and I just wanted to put that out there, because I think we've all been there.
I mean, it's good information to have.
Yeah.
It's something good to know, especially, like downtown areas, metropolitan areas. Probably doesn't happen very often out from that.
It's happened to me a couple times, but I also park shit vehicles on the
Yeah,
street
I
for
can-
long periods of time.
I can also see that being an issue with, like, HOAs.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
kind of thing.
Well, the HOAs would be notifying people. Would be like, hey, get
Right.
this shit box out of here.
Right. I've got a story about a friend into Rallycross who
Gotcha.
had a car unreasonably booted because of a tyrannical HOA head. And long and the short, the guy ended up getting fired, lost his house in that community, and had to pay a bunch of restitution to my friend and his sister who lived in that
Wow.
community. So
Good.
Damn.
But that's a story for another time, kids.
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
And it's another reason why it's always great to have spare suspension components, brake components, and control arms. If you are a rally guy and you decide to park in an HOA with an asshole.
Yeah.
So, anywho.
Well, just further proof that HOAs are just awful.
I mean, they serve some good, but for the most part, for people like us, they suck.
Yeah.
I just want to be that guy that's affluent enough to have a tank and just park it on the street. You know, like that one guy, wasn't it in Connecticut or some shit like that? Somewhere
Something.
back east.
That's
Yeah.
weird.
And the guy had this World War II era tank
Wow.
parked in front of his house, and the HOA wanted to tow it. And he said, "Good fucking luck. If you can get on a tow truck, cool."
You can make this happen.
And nobody wanted to move it. No company was
No.
like. Everybody's like, "Why? What? I don't have the equipment for that."
You know how you tow a tank? With a tank.
I don't have a crane for that.
Exactly. Nobody's got the 10 grand for that.
My favorite HOA story is the one from 24 Hours Lemons with the upside-down Camaro.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a Camaro that they basically
Oh, is
pop the body.
the Speedy Cop?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Speedy
This
Cop.
one. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they put the body on upside down, and they parked it on the street. And, like, there was, like, a handwritten note from the HOA department basically being like, your vehicle must be parked upright, or this vehicle will be towed.
The vehicle must be parked upright,
Yes.
or it will be towed.
Yeah.
So
Hold up.
I want that guy.
Wait a minute.
I need.
Wayman.
We're gonna.
I want him just to, like, drive past HOA being like,
It works.
It drives. It does the thing.
I think he like explained it to him. He's just like, no, just the bot. Like it's right side up. It just looks like it's upside down.
Yeah, I still can find it.
God, can you imagine the looks like the guy here in Utah gets? He turned that Suburban into a boat.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He was selling it for the gambler. But
Damn.
Anywho,
Anyway.
let's move on.
Moving on. All right. So global demand is weak. So that means here in the U.S. there are nearly 4.2 million unsold new cars just bopping around.
Holy shit!
Yes, and first, this is 114,300 shy of the modern day record, which was set in May of 2004.
Oh wow!
Yep.
That was
So
right before, a few years before everything was taking a shit.
Yep.
Which is surprising. I figured the number would have been set somewhere in 2008.
Same here, but apparently we're wrong. But the problem is, dealers are having a hard time like putting these cars anywhere. So I mean,
And I see this locally too.
yeah, like
There are a lot of dealership. Larry Miller dealerships are shoving cars in so many different places.
oh yeah, like if you go down by the Southtown Auto Mall, there is just like that big empty lot
By the school.
by Valley, and that's where they're just like sticking just all these cars.
Well, at the old Sears parking lot, they're shoving a bunch of Land
800
Rovers over in
South,
there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's the other side of that Sears. There's a bunch of Hondas.
Oh, that would make sense.
There's a bunch of like Honda SUVs and sedans parked over there
on the north side.
on the north side.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, there's a spot for Volkswagens over by Tham's place.
Right, exactly. 800 South-ish, just west of the freeway. Yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah, there was like 4 guys pulling out with their like full on racing out of there.
Yeah.
And I kind of wanted to call in and be
lot
like,
tech guys.
hey, I just got cut off by 3 of your lot techs.
3 of your cars with no plates.
No plates and plastic still on them.
Yeah, so
If they haven't been PDI'd yet, that means that they can't get dinged for damaging the vehicle.
Yeah.
there you go. Yeah, no. So I mean, it's like global demand is weak. The manufacturers are pressuring these dealers to stock these cars. So I mean, at the beginning of this month, Ford, Chevy, and FCA had at least an 83-day supply of vehicles.
Holy shit.
Yes. Just to remind you people, there are only 30 days in this month. So, anyway, yeah, I mean, let's see, here we go. I have so many vehicles I stopped accepting deliveries, said one exasperated FCA dealer in Metro Detroit who asked to remain anonymous for fear of retaliation. First, they told us to order Durangos because they were going to put extra support on them, so we stocked up, but the support never came. Then they stuffed us full of Compasses. Then they told us in order to get the Gladiator allocation, we had to order Ram pickups, so now I've got those coming out of my ears. Yeah.
Wow.
Interesting. And this isn't just restricted to just the big 3 Detroit automakers. Volkswagen is doing this as well.
Yeah, Volkswagen is tied to FCA for the highest inventory level among automakers in terms of days supplies. Like,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, it's just... Yeah. The demand is not there because cars are getting so goddamn expensive.
$40,000 for a Golf R.
Like, I mean, average price for a new car is like $35,000.
Yeah, like around there.
Yeah.
I think just maybe a little south, but
Yeah, but I mean, it's near as makes no difference. $35,000 for a new car.
It's a lot.
Why am I going to do that? Why am I going to go to some place and get pressured to buy something that I don't necessarily want or need?
This is one of the reasons why, young kids, quote unquote, that are just graduating from college, getting their first jobs, they already have their college loan that they're having to, swallow that pill.
Yeah, like we talked
on top of, trying to get a decent new car is $35,000, $40,000. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's what we talked about last week. Generation Z is going to be buying like far fewer cars because they came of age when they understood that money was fucking tight.
Yeah.
You're coming out of college with just insane amounts of debt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because college isn't getting cheaper either.
Hell no, it's just getting more and more expensive for reasons that nobody can quite fucking understand or explain.
Fish in a barrel, baby.
It is
It's maddening.
It is infuriating.
If anyone needs me, I'll be in the angry dome.
Goddamn right. But yeah, no, like
That's why community college is awesome.
fucking A, dude.
Drop out, pick up some tools.
Okay.
Like, dude, yeah, college isn't necessarily.
Dad.
College isn't necessarily for everybody. If you don't like college, trades. Do that.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm just looking back to going and doing something trade-wise.
Yeah.
Because, like,
I mean, your exact position is a trade.
yeah.
Currently, what you do is definitely a trade. You have education
You're
in
very disposable.
this field.
Yeah, no, he's...
I mean, you're actually
He's
you're
what
actually
we
really
need.
well set up.
Yeah, because
Honestly,
I have
Yeah.
both construction experience, technical experience, and, like, we could go welding experience as well, too.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you did have it was like a 4 or 5 month run with Crazy Mike.
Yeah,
the welder guy,
Madman Mike.
Madman Mike. That's it.
I'll tell some stories about him at some point.
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry, we'll get there.
And you know, I know a bunch of people that are in trades that don't have any, post secondary
Yeah.
education
Well, I look at
that are
this.
making 70 plus a year.
Yeah.
Well, look at it this way. I'm in $0 debt, and I'm pretty well off right now.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
You got a handful of cars. Your bills
handful
are
of cars.
paid. You got a decent job. You put
I live on
food
my own.
the table. Yeah, exactly.
But
Not
yeah.
a lot of people can say that at age 21
But
here.
rounding this all back to what I'm saying is, I don't want to go buy a new car. I have zero interest. Also, I am a car guy, so I understand the value of cars.
Yeah.
But, like, I have no interest in going and buying a new car. Like, I don't think I'll ever buy a new car in my entire life. I see
mean-
no need for one.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you there.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I don't want a newer car. I just don't want.
Well, perhaps
Yeah.
this next story will swing you. Volkswagen,
Volkswagen truck.
they have 3 options for how they could possibly bring a truck into the U.S.
Oh, boy.
Can I have the Volkswagen R truck? That's what I want.
So here are their
You're not going to get it.
So they have 3 options, and this is coming on the heels of them showing off the Tarek concept at the New York International Auto Show.
The Tar car.
Right.
Yes.
Well-
Go ahead.
No, yeah, it's all you.
Oh, so yeah, basically the long and short of it is there are 3 options. 1, homologate a Ranger-derived body-on-frame truck of about the same size. It would be replacing the Amarok across the globe. Option 2, develop a unibody mid-sized pickup based on the Atlas.
Which I feel is probably the most logical of these 3 choices.
That's why, yeah.
Or the one I and several other people want to see, build a car-based MQB platform segment unibody truck. Yep.
I mean,
Listen.
None of those sound great, though.
Well,
well, here's the thing. Looking at the Atlas, all I see is a Volkswagen grill on a new Grand Cherokee.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean...
Not wrong.
And
Not wrong.
and it actually boggles my mind to know that they are 2 completely unrelated chassis. Knowing that
really?
knowing that FCA and Volkswagen,
Yeah, they're not related.
They have a relationship with the Rutan, or not the Rutan, excuse me. I know it is the Rutan.
It is the
Rutan.
The Rutan
Yeah.
and
From
the,
like
and
12
the-
years ago,
and
13
the Grand,
years ago.
yeah, the Grand Caravan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, well, and here's the thing about that, car-based one. It would keep prices down because they would build it down in Mexico and then just bring them up
Yeah.
here. And also,
Isn't
not everybody wants to spend $30,000 on a body-on-frame mid-sized truck. They just want something they can chuck some shit in the back of and just go about their day.
Yeah,
What just came to my mind was what we talked about 4 or 5 weeks ago about the Volkswagen platform, where we're like that giant wiki article with like
Yeah.
yeah. They had their 2 platforms, their 2 basic platforms.
Yeah,
There
that
was the
everything is-
MEB and then the MQB or whatever it was.
Yeah. so like that's like interesting that they just wouldn't have immediately gone straight to that idea of just like using one of their already existing frames or
Well, so
quote unquote frames.
They're
Right.
platforms.
Well,
Yeah.
so I mean, the Atlas is already on the. So the Tarek is on the MQB. That
Okay.
thing. So that's kind of already like if that thing exists, comes to be, it's kind of you're already seeing option 2. In
So
existence.
option 2 is basically the Tarek.
basically, yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
So-
I mean, so that seems
yeah.
most logical.
Yeah, so I mean, well, let's talk about the Tarek for a minute. It has 2 full rows of seating and a small squarish bed with an innovative drop wall and folding seats that make for a bed length more than 8 feet with the tailgate down.
So basically a Volkswagen Ridgeline.
Yeah. Which,
Okay.
listen, I mean,
Just don't wash it.
Nice.
there you go.
Nice throwback.
Call back.
Callback, sorry.
perfecto. But yeah,
I mean, that would finally give the Ridgeline something to compete with.
Yeah,
Because it
because,
hasn't
like,
had any legitimate competitors since its incarnation in,
Well,
like,
if you
06 or
think
whatever?
about it, the Ridgeline does kind of compete with the Gladiator on some levels.
it's
Elaborate, please.
Kind of. Well, it's
Explain.
It's not. I don't think of the Ridgeline as a truck. I think of it as
It's a pickup, but
Well,
it's
it's-
not really a truck, though.
Yeah.
It's an Odyssey with a tailgate, not a
exactly.
hatch.
Yeah.
Right.
yeah, it's competing with like your larger like crossovers.
Well, there's
Yeah.
two different types of competing. There are
Yeah.
cars that you think go together, like M3 and the E63 and S4 or whatever.
Yeah.
yeah, but then
There's that kind of competing where it's like things that are more or less the same.
Logical competition.
Yeah, I'm not saying these are competing
Hold
in the
on,
same
though.
market.
But there's also the types of competition where things that are two very different things. People looking at GT350s and then looking at like Teslas, and then people looking at
Right.
It's all about the money at that point.
Right. It's
Yeah.
the dollar. It doesn't
'Cause-
matter what they are.
Right.
What I was thinking about why they compete is the functionality and the purpose they serve.
Okay,
so
fair.
they both serve a family that has a dog and a kayak and wants to go to the lake occasionally.
Yep.
But they don't serve the I need to get to the job site and take this plywood with me. So that's why I don't see them.
Right.
That's why I see them kind of
That's-
competing.
Okay. Okay.
I see the Ridgeline competing more in line with the not the Outback. What's bigger than the Outback now?
The Ascent.
The Ascent.
Yeah,
I
like,
see it more as that thing.
yeah, with, like it's competing with
Competing with there's a bunch of shit, but it isn't really off-road capable and can't
No.
really tow
Yeah.
that
like, it's,
much.
Yeah, it's competing with the big crossovers in that it's about
Mm-hmm.
the same size and it has the same functionality, except
Not as many seats, but
but
You can put
also,
a bag of dirt in the back.
yeah, like you can throw shit in the back and not have to deal with that shit being literally behind your head.
Yeah.
right.
You
right.
know, like there is something dividing.
There's a barrier.
I think
Yeah.
we
There's a
talked
truck
about
wall.
when we talked about the Ridgeline last time.
Yes.
It's the DIYer vehicle.
Yeah, like
I really feel like we need to be more like Australia or even most of Europe and have utes.
Yeah.
yeah.
Utes make more logical sense. Seeing
I would
as
own
the
a ute.
platform is already planted.
I
It's-
understand that utes, if every company had at least one model of a ute styled vehicle, the Super Duty would never sell, the Ram would never sell, and the Silverado would never sell.
Yeah.
And I bet it would probably
Because
put a
because they're
good sized
cars.
dent on the Ranger
Well,
and
because they're
Colorado.
cars as opposed
I
to
think-
trucks, and they would actually drive better and be safer for you because you're not going
Yeah.
to be as top heavy. You're going to have
I-
better handling,
Well, you got to think how
better fuel economy.
the percentage of people who buy a truck to use for the heavy duty nature that the truck
Towing
offers.
boats. It's a lot of it's towing boats.
Right.
Yeah.
Very few people actually buy a truck for that. They're expensive people movers that
Yeah.
they like that they can throw shit in the bed of occasionally.
It's
Something
kind
I
of a
did hear,
status
though.
symbol as well.
yeah.
It's
Exactly.
a status symbol thing. It's turning into a status symbol thing. But there's an Everyday Driver podcast where one of the guys was writing in. He wants X amount of money to spend, but he can't buy a car that's too nice because he's the boss of a company. So and he's like driving his employees around. He doesn't want to look like there's
Bad
weird
douche.
social
Yeah, like,
complexes
he,
going on.
he doesn't want to
there.
look like dirt, but he also doesn't want to be like, well, management, I'm making a lot of money.
Yeah.
And this is the
and that's
affluent
why
thing I get.
fucking pickup trucks cost $100,000 now
Yeah, it's like
or whatever.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
and it's also just like a weird like, look what I, like look what I can do. Like I have a truck, therefore I can do all of these things even though we all know damn well a lot of these people can't do a damn thing.
Oh, right. Some of these people don't know that there's a pin that goes into a hitch.
Yeah.
And they're the guys that end up, jackknifed upside down on the median of the freeway.
Yeah. I
So-
mean,
I haven't done that before
just
Thank God.
because it'd be with the work truck.
yeah.
It would be.
No,
Unfortunately,
but and then to your end, yeah, like I mean, I don't think people would still buy like the full size trucks. It just wouldn't be in the same like.
I don't think we'd have the packages that we have now. We wouldn't have the Silverado that comes in 30 different varieties. and
Right.
flavors.
You wouldn't have a
I couldn't.
Lariat King Ranch Super Duty or like,
Yeah, like you
an
wouldn't-
FX4. You wouldn't have that.
Yeah, like you wouldn't be able to go into a dealership and easily drop nearly $100,000 on
Ranch.
on like some fucking
Yeah.
super optioned Ram.
The King Ranch F450 with all the boxes checked,
What,
just
120.
just shy of 120.
Yeah, no, like you would have like
No reason for that.
But what's the towing capacity on that?
Well, it's a 450, so the GVW of the truck's 15,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like
So I mean, that is a truck that you can use for commercial duty.
that's
And at that point, I could understand if you're the guy that's driving cross country with a 50-foot flatbed behind it, hauling people's stuff. You might want a little bit nicer place to be.
Yeah.
You don't want to drive cross country in something that's got pleather seats and a tape deck. I get that.
Well, that's also for the guy who's 65 years old, retired, and then his wife said you need to do something because you're
Right.
going to stir crazy inside
that's
the house.
Right.
That's almost the perfect truck for my uncle, who he's not going to renew his full like big boy CDL because
Right.
in the state of Illinois, if you want to maintain your CDL and like you want to maintain all your different certifications, you have to recertify in that kind of truck. And he's having a harder and harder time finding a truck with
Right.
manual air brakes, all these things.
Right. If you're not an owner operator, it gets really difficult, and there are a lot of states that are that
Yeah.
way.
So, and he's having a hard time, but he still wants to do stuff. So, like a giant ass F series,
Right, exactly.
be-
That is the high end of the light duty truck. I mean, it's technically classified as a medium duty truck, so you can still do all the crazy dumb commercial shit. It's just easier to park.
yeah.
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 So, but I mean, I could see that. Like, I want to see in the next 10 or 15 years everything that has a tailgate. I want to see every little vehicle with the option for a bed cover and a tailgate. I want to see, like a Chevy Sonic version of a Ute. I would love to see a Volkswagen Golf version of a Ute. I would love to see a
Corbin
Chevy.
Goodwin's already done it. It's called the Jet Amino.
Fair. Yes, and on a more, I'm not even going to throw shade, on a different level of that, Smith Utes, right?
Are you
They've
right?
got the B6 A4 platform.
Yeah, I've seen those.
They've got the
It's a great platform to do it to because it's the least loved of the A4s.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's the last of the 1.8T cars before they
Yeah.
went to the 2.0 shit and before they started having all the CAN bus problems and all that stuff. You've got the Charger, the Chrysler LX platform cars. So like the Charger, the Magnum, the 300.
Yeah, I want to see a 300.
Yeah, right.
Magnum
I mean,
needs to come back, first of all.
I mean, I think there's probably room for that. Yes. And I would love to see like a Magnum Ute.
That'd be great.
Keep the four doors.
You know what?
Keep
I can
the rear
see them
hatch.
doing how Chevy they get super sued by this, but do what Chevy did with the Avalanche to the Magnum.
I mean,
With that kind of bed technology with the shell and shit.
Yeah.
that little Fiat.
There
Right?
is.
What is that?
There are these little there are all sorts of little goddamn Utes running around in Mexico.
Yeah.
It's a little Fiat 4-door with a little pickup bed.
Yeah.
It's adorable. Like holy shit.
Yeah.
That is that right
Yeah,
there.
I'd own that. I would
that is-
super own that.
I feel like that is the next step, the next logical step for America.
Yeah, there are a ton of those little things just running around in markets where it's like, yeah, well, clearly we don't need.
Well, right. I mean,
Yeah,
you've got to think everywhere those flourish, the average person does not need a 3/4 or 1-ton truck.
Well, I feel like that what you just showed us is like the step above a K car or a K truck or a K van.
Right.
It is.
That's
Exactly.
the
It
step
super
above.
is.
Yeah. Well,
But
I mean,
the thing here, though, that needs to be said, we're being very objective about this.
We are.
Right?
yeah.
For
A
three
lot
white
of the
men in a
reason-
basement.
What people really buy trucks for also is stature.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And
fucking
for being physically above everyone else on the road, thinking
yeah.
that it'll help them in the wintertime, which
Fair.
it fucking doesn't.
It doesn't.
Nope. It just
And
it makes you feel more
Better in a crash is what a lot of people's concerns are, and they'll see those like small little like that Fiat thing,
Yeah.
and be like, "Well, that's not going to do very well in a crash."
No, but then like, I mean, okay, sure, you may survive the crash that you never get in, but your dumbass is going to try to take a turn way too hard,
of course, yeah.
and something that is woefully equipped to do.
I would
any
argue
sort of
that
high-speed
Fiat is
maneuvering.
way better in the wintertime here.
Oh,
better in
that
snow.
would be amazing. Yeah.
It's just so much more nimble.
But I'll also say too is like I feel 1,000% more badass when I'm driving the work truck.
Yeah.
You just feel more badass.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, it's a straight pipe Cummins. It's
Yeah, that's fair.
Nice.
pretty badass.
But it doesn't look like badass.
It-
but
no,
you just
no, it
feel,
doesn't look badass,
Yeah.
but it sounds badass, and you feel badass driving it.
And like so, like I understand why people enjoy buying them because you feel like the king of the road. You feel like you own the King Ranch when you drive them.
Yeah. Like,
Canyonero.
Don't make me start this.
Wow.
anyway,
Anywho, yeah, let's move on.
we, we beat that dead horse pretty well.
it's fun when we go on those little tangents. I like
Yeah.
it. Anyway,
Yeah.
Let's see. Nobody's really sure how to make money off autonomous cars.
Gee, you can't imagine why.
Yeah.
We haven't figured out, not running into people on, like, X and Y axes. Let's not add, like, anything else computer-related into this.
Yeah, so I'm going to touch on this because, it's fairly fucking straightforward. GM and Waymo are looking at ride-hailing, and Ford is looking, more at, like, delivery and e-commerce stuff.
You're getting out of business.
Yeah, that's...
Sounds to me like Ford is going to end up partnering with Amazon.
Yeah, like
I
these
can
are...
see that happening for sure.
Yeah.
So, well, actually, hold on. There's a story here, the Detroit News.
Thanks, D-News.
Yep. Good stuff. Where is it? Where did they say? Let's see. Ford is partnering with Domino's, Walmart, and Postmates.
Interesting.
Yeah. And they're going to work on, driverless service in 2021. Like, that's their target date. So...
I feel like the human element is going to just murder any type of autonomous delivery or ride-hailing.
Because I'm thinking about, like, my neighborhood, even your neighborhood, too. Like, Mike, where you live. Like, for me...
Which, let's be fair, it's the same neighborhood.
Kind of, but, like, my condos.
Okay.
Yeah.
In
trying
particular...
to find, like, granted, yeah, they're not walking it to my door. I come out and grab it from the vehicle, I'm presuming. I open the door and my food's in an oven or whatever.
Yeah.
But, like, humans already have a hard time trying to find where I live.
Yeah. Like,
I don't think a robot's going to do any better unless I tell them exactly, like, on a map, I zoom all the way in and point right there.
like you drop a pin on the map.
Yeah. Which maybe that's their solution.
Don't you already do that with Uber, though? And with
You do.
Lyft and stuff? And
You do.
Yeah, but I've still had Ubers got lost before.
Yeah.
I've watched them zip past my house on 7th and then turn around and zip past again. I'm like, I'm right in front of you.
Also, as someone who my livelihood depends on it, Google Maps is still not the best system.
Well, Google Maps
the
is...
perfect system doesn't exist, but this is the best that we have.
Well, so I do the same thing, too. I get sent around to a lot of job sites, and I have to map my way there. Google Maps is definitely better than Apple Maps by 1,000%.
Well, Apple Maps has always been cancer.
Apple Maps
never
only
been good.
works if you're in Silicon Valley.
It never works. It never has worked.
It only works
No,
on the
here-
Apple campus.
Here's the thing. Google has actually given me wrong directions in downtown LA.
Really?
Apple Maps has not.
Interesting. Okay.
Well, I've seen...
Anywhere outside that major metro location,
yeah.
I don't even bother with Apple Maps.
Right.
I just do not at all.
So I've noticed Apple Maps does have a lead in some locations. So remember that house we went to that we couldn't find because there was no streets for it?
Gee, that sounds really specific. We've done that a handful of times.
Okay, that's fair. But in that example, I've been to developments where I've had to install stuff there, and Google Maps doesn't think it exists. Apple Maps takes me to the front door.
Interesting.
Which I hate to say out loud, Apple Maps was better in that situation. But let's say I'm going to Clearfield, Apple Maps is going to route me through like 215 and through Bangor and bullshit. And where Google Maps is just going to be like, yeah, just take I-15 because that's how you get there.
Because you're human. Does anyone else here use Waze, though?
I've heard good things about Waze. I haven't used it yet. I've heard good things.
I used to use Waze a lot before I moved to North Dakota. And
Gotcha.
there's like 2 main paved roads in North Dakota.
Right.
So I stopped using it, and I probably should get back in it.
Yeah, I have it as a backup as well, because there have been some times where Google has been fucky.
Interesting.
And I have been able to at least find my way a little bit better. What is interesting, though, with Google is they actually have started to implement Waze-like features.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, like about like speed traps, road closures that you can
Interesting.
add.
I believe Google did buy Waze,
Recently?
like in the past 2 years.
Well, this is something that's happened in the last month or so
Yeah.
with Google Maps, as they've added
surprising.
that.
Yeah, they're also going to be adding a thing where if you have an electric vehicle, it used to be if you were looking for a charging station, you'd have to fire up a different app. Like if you had like an EVgo, like you were looking for an EVgo station or something else.
Interesting.
Oh.
Now in Google Maps, you'll be able to just be like EV charging station, and they will just
Well,
pop up.
I know Teslas already have that built into their display,
Yeah,
like
but
where
like
all the places are.
yeah, but now like for everybody who doesn't own a Tesla, so like if
True.
you have a Leaf or a Bolt or whatever, you're just like, I need to go charge this thing up.
Yeah,
So-
imagine that you don't drive an electric car and then you get, I don't know, a Chevy Volt Onturo,
Yeah,
for example, and then you're like, oh fuck, where do I charge this thing?
yeah.
Don't tempt me. I'm about ready to do that, Gavin. Get your cameras ready.
Yeah, no, like it's no, it's just kind of it's a cool thing that Google is now doing.
Yeah,
Very
that's cool.
cool.
I like that.
Very sweet.
Yeah.
Very sweet.
And speaking of cool things that people are doing,
Uh-huh.
so in Detroit, We all remember a few months ago we talked about FCA is going to be pumping billions of dollars into their Michigan plants.
Yes.
Yes, they're going to be pumping billions of dollars into the Mack Avenue and the Jefferson North facilities.
Okay.
Yep.
Awesome.
And they are giving Detroiters first crack at those jobs.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. So they're giving all the locals a chance to swipe, smash, or pass before they start opening up otherwise.
Exactly.
I like that. That's
Yeah.
good guy FCA.
Yeah, and the mayor of Detroit was like, this is a path for the citizens of Detroit to get to middle class. You know, like, we're not promising, crazy riches, but we're not, we are going to say you're going to have something that very few people in this country can currently get their hands on.
Very cool.
This ever-shrinking middle class.
Very cool. So they're going to be building the new Grand Cherokee in Mack.
Yep.
And they're going to be building the Durango in Jefferson, right?
Yep. Yeah, they're going to be building a Grand Cherokee and a, as of yet now, unreally known 3-row Jeep.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So the Telluride
Something.
competitor.
Something.
Perhaps.
Yep.
Perhaps. Hey, that's really cool.
Yeah. And then something I'm very excited about, and goddammit, we're just doing this because my basement. Bond 25 news.
Holy shit.
Whoa.
Another Bond movie.
Yes, it's going to be Daniel Craig's last one.
Oh, cool.
Yes, this story was on Jalopnik.
Of course it was.
Yes, there are photos of Daniel Craig bopping around Jamaica in a Land Rover Series 3.
Ooh.
Yeah. And
I like this.
Yep, and so here's the story. At the end of Spectre, which, some of you may have liked, and you're very wrong for that because that was a terrible film.
I actually
Skyfall all the way.
I didn't see it, so thank you.
You're welcome. I mean, I'm a completist, so I had to. Me and Chirp. It was
That's
just
fair. That's fair.
That's a long time ago now.
It was.
That's so
Yeah.
weird. How
Me-
mu-
me
it's
and Chirp-
8 years ago?
Me and
No,
Chirp.
I did see Spectre. Now that I think about it.
Me and Chirp saw it when we were both in, when me and him went to SEMA.
Oh, I know why I forgot. I watched it at Broovies.
There you go.
That's
was drunk.
why. That makes sense.
I was drunk.
That's probably the best way to watch this film. Anyway, no. So at the end, Bond and Madeline Swan kind of walk off, and it's implied that he's retiring. He's kind of done. So he's hanging out in Jamaica, where Ian Fleming typed on a gold typewriter at his estate called GoldenEye,
Because of course.
As it should be.
which you can stay at for $1,500 a person per night.
Fuck.
Right?
I mean,
Jesus, I'm lost for words on that.
But the gold typewriter's still there.
fucking whoop-de-doo. I don't give a shit.
Some of us do. Some of
Dumb.
I would nerd out on that. I'm sorry.
Anyway, so Felix Leiter, played by Jeffrey Wright, finds Bond in Jamaica and says, hey, there's a scientist. They have been kidnapped. We need your help. Bad things will happen if we do not get them back. They have been kidnapped by Rami Malek, who is apparently the villain in the new film.
Interesting.
Weird. Okay.
Yes. And both Land Rover and Aston have said that their vehicles will play heavy roles in the film.
Oh, good. To finally see Bond back in an Aston of some kind.
So it's going to be...
He's been back in an Aston since Daniel Craig took over.
Okay,
Yeah,
but
but-
still,
Actually-
a new Aston.
But he's going to be in like a Vantage S or something like that.
I mean, listen, they had the
Or
DB. I mean,
DB11.
The 11's out.
Yeah.
Well, you know what also is coming out is the Superleggera.
Yeah, well, Superstar's
I
already
mean,
out, I thought.
well, and listen, they
What?
had him
That was
in.
already out.
They,
No, that's what I'm saying, is that it's out.
yeah,
Oh, I
no,
thought you
And
said-
now he can drive one.
yeah. So for those who don't, I mean, there's the Series 3 right there.
Okay, Richard Hammond.
Oh, shut up.
That is a very James May car. Get off it.
Richard Hammond owns like 7 of those
I
things.
don't care what Hammond owns.
Yeah.
He's an American now.
Yep.
You're an American now.
Yes.
I was born in Texas. Of course I'm American.
God damn it.
But yeah, no. So this is going to be. I'm excited for it. The film is going to be coming out next April.
Beautiful.
Yep.
So we got a year to drum up on this.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes, it's got a good director after Danny Boyle had to step away because
Had to step away.
yeah, he
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, shove, shove.
well, it was one of those. He came in and he's like, "Well, I want to do my script, and here's my script." And Barbara Broccoli and everybody else was like, "No, we have guys who do that for you." You
But I
know,
want it done this way. And she's like, tough tits.
we have Purvis and Wade, who may or may not be the best or worst writers in Bond franchise history. They've been around since Brosnan, and we
Yeah.
all remember how bad some of those Brosnan movies were.
I mean,
And by some of them, I mean all but GoldenEye.
GoldenEye was great.
Yeah, the rest, ooh, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, I blamed them all on. Never mind.
No.
I blamed it all on Pierce Brosnan. I didn't think it was the writer's fault.
Oh, if
You never do think it's the writer's fault.
But then,
That's the great thing about writers.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah, writers just write the stuff on your cue cards. You're the
Yeah.
one that gets booed at when you say it.
Exactly. Exactly.
Well, should we go ahead and move on to racing since we're gonna kind of stray some?
we're gonna run the clock.
That's okay. I mean, we got a minute left of the,
That's
of the
fine.
55,
Whatever.
so we can grow a little bit.
Yep. So, before we run the clock, let's talk about Steady Broke clothing real quick.
Steady.broke on all social medias. SteadyBroke.com.
Yes, head there, get some of their cool, affordable stuff.
Yeah, that's the name of the game here, guys. Is it's affordable and it's really, really good stuff for what you're actually paying.
Yeah, like I still have the OG Broke AF shirt.
Yep,
I
which
have
you
the-
wear actually quite frequently.
Yeah, it's in the regular rotation still to this day.
Yes.
Same thing with the Depresso tee.
Mm-hmm. I still have my Depresso tee.
That's honestly one of my favorite shirts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I wear mine. I think pretty much every other Sunday anymore. It's in my weekend rotation.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
There we go. But yeah, I mean that shit's holding up. We've had that for Jesus. Tommy came on pretty soon after we started doing this weekly thing, and that's been 2-3 years now.
I've had my shirt for about a year and a half now.
Something like that. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it has been a damn long time, and those things are holding up well. So
Absolutely. And they've got hats. They've got
we got the hoodie.
they got the sweatshirts. Yeah. Let's see. They got all kinds of good stuff.
Yeah.
And the best part about it, as if the awesome quality and the good prices weren't good enough, when you go to check out, there's a little coupon code box there, right? If you type in CAMauto15, you get 15% off the entire order. It makes that $35 sweatshirt like $27.
$27, $28, something like that. Yeah.
Damn.
Beautiful. Oh yeah.
It's beautiful. So go ahead, support them because they support us. After you're done buying all the Cam's shenanigans swag,
Yeah.
you can come on over here to Steady Broke and get some even cooler merch for cheap prices. Just because you're broke doesn't mean you can't live your dreams.
SteadyBroke.com.
There it is.
There we go.
I don't know how I hit the button and
Like you kind of
Didn't.
bounced off it.
You hit like the bezel of the button.
I must have hit the bezel of the button. I'm like, there it
There
is.
we are.
There's
Back
the
in the
boom.
swing.
Back in the
Beautiful.
swing of things.
Beautiful.
All right. So, we had some racing this weekend. I mean, didn't see any of that, but so I was at NASA this entire weekend, pretty much. Yeah.
Very nice.
Yes, they were running the East track, which was fun.
I like the East track.
Me too. It is the money track, really. It really is. It's more technical, Anyway.
I mean, I really just like watching things come up between wind up and release.
oh yeah.
That's my fave.
Oh yeah.
Back when the track was built, I used to camp out there on the grassy part and watch stuff go by.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it was good stuff.
Oh, there we go. I mean, I like the East track is if you're making me pick between East and West, I'm going to go East. But if you're making me pick between all four of the configurations, I'm going outer loop. Fucking watching
That's
cars
the
go
fastest one.
Yeah, watching cars go through Witchcraft is insane.
Yeah.
So, anyway. Some things and stuff happened.
Uh-oh.
So, I managed to make my way down into Turn 1 on the inside of Turn 1 on the
Oh,
East. Someplace
very
I've
cool.
never been.
Nice.
Yeah.
Got some good shots.
I got some good shots of the Thunder Group, the fast half of the Thunder Group.
Nice.
Because they split it, so it's the, like the SU cars and the ST cars,
Uh-huh.
and then they have the Zs in their own field because there's a shit ton of those angry trombone mobiles.
Yeah.
Yep. So going, they took, the first half takes the green flag, and they are going into Turn 1, and I'm panning with them. And, suddenly there's a lot of tire smoke, and there are 3 Porsches
Oh no.
just kind of spinning around.
Just doing
What color
the
were
laundry.
One of them was David Bradshaw's car.
Okay.
Another one was a
Wait, I'm sorry, David, is that yellow 993?
yellow 997.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yes.
My bad.
Yeah.
Sorry, David.
There was David Yellow 997. That black wide body Tatum prepped, I think 996.
There's a 997 that's black and wide body is a GT3 car.
think,
It has the God stuff on it.
I don't think this
It
is.
has scriptures on it.
I don't think this is that one.
Oh, okay.
No, this is a. Yeah, and then another one of the Air Power cars I think got turned around in there. Oh yeah, definitely one of the Air Power cars got turned around in there. I think Al was in that car, not in the GT3R. And so I didn't know what happened until David Bradshaw posted some footage that I believe Perry Needham got, looking back from Perry's new 997 Cup car.
Yeah.
By the way, buy Perry's 996 GT3 car. It's for sale.
It's pretty.
It's
That
awesome.
gray one.
Dude, it moves.
Yeah.
I think it's still competitive. So, before I tell you what happened, everybody loves that GT3 MR that Darren Harper has. Mm-hmm. Everybody is losing their mind over that fucking car. I like that car. I might like it a little better with somebody else behind the wheel.
That's fair.
Not saying Darren is a bad driver. I'm just saying that, he may have needed a bit more time in that Cayman.
Which Cayman?
He drove a GT4 Club Sport MR.
Gotcha.
So I think he might have needed a little bit more time in that. Maybe needed to just jump straight into like a GT3 Cup car.
Quick side tangent.
Yes.
Speaking of Manti Racing, have you seen the Chris Harris? Where he drives the GT2
I have not,
MR?
no.
He sets it like 3 seconds a lap quicker around, it's not Portofino, it's one of the other tracks over in Europe.
Yeah.
3 seconds a lap faster than a P1.
Damn.
Just saying.
All right.
Anyways, there's a video on that on YouTube.
Yes. Anyway, yeah, so, it's still clear that Darren is getting used to this car, and it is a lot of car to get used to. What ended up happening was everybody's going into turn 1. David Bradshaw has been, and always will be, a cautious driver. He doesn't want to bin his car. He wants to keep racing. So, he's going to be more on the cautious side. I don't know what Darren was thinking, but you can clearly see him boop Bradshaw going into turn 1.
Boop your snoot.
Yep, he touched the butt. This caused David to spin.
Okay.
David's car then proceeds to go 90 degrees, grip up, and spear straight into that black wide-body Tatum
fucking
racing
terrifying.
Oh, no.
When it just catches grip just like when you don't expect it to?
Yep. I remember how Hadlock killed his Corolla.
Same way.
At RMR, got too low, thing gripped up, and then shot straight up into the wall.
Jesus.
Yup. So, yeah, and then the other Air Power car, got caught up in it because, So, yeah, David retired. I believe the black car retired eventually. But Al or whoever was in that other 996, that flat bottom was flapping around, but god damn it, they were finishing that race out.
Damn.
Even though they were holding up the entire Z field.
Damn.
Yeah, so that was the big thing, but it was hilarious to see, like, the Z field come through release, ready to go, only to be presented with double yellows.
Damn.
Yes.
And you said this is like right when they got the green flag. This is on lap 1.
This is lap 1, turn 1.
Fucking hell.
An honest-to-God turn 1 incident.
Jesus.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is this Lamar? Damn.
Is this a Grand Prix?
Is this Macau?
God damn. No, so...
Shit.
Also, other things. Jason Harwood did not get out in his Lamborghini because... So, last month, his Integra, that old Integra that I think Adam Manoa used to drive in the MPRA days...
Okay.
It ate half a spark plug.
Only half.
Yum.
It didn't accidentally a whole spark plug.
Nope. I was presented with the other half of the spark plug.
Okay.
Yep.
Nom, 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 nom.
So Jason owns that car.
Okay.
This month, his Lamborghini accidentally half a spark plug.
What the fuck?
Was it the other half?
Yes, Dave. It was the other half.
Yep.
That's how it works.
Color me Pikachu shocked.
What Mike said before the podcast, I still think needs to be reset again.
I forgot what I said
Oh,
already.
one of the cars needs to be K-swapped.
Oh yeah, one of the cars, one of Jason's cars needs a K series.
And I think the Lamborghini needs it.
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I think it's better than like tube framing one and painting it pink.
The way to have pitched that would have been one of those cars needs to be K-swapped, and it's not the Integra.
Well, I mean, listen. Well, I'm only doing I'm doing the best with what I've got. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, no. So that sucked, but they like overnighted a fucking engine from
I
Dream Racing down.
I saw
into-
that on Instagram. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
going in right now.
Yeah, like they overnighted it from fucking Dream Racing down in Vegas, and they're putting it in today.
Good
Swag.
So he
God.
can go to Coda on Wednesday,
That's what you call the hookup.
right?
And also what Dave's doing, which is
Yes.
just throwing money.
He knows Guac's extra.
Bitch, I know guac is extra. Spread that shit.
Just give me the tub.
Make it rain. I 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 make it rain.
Anyway,
Well, where are my pennies I can throw at you guys?
Hit me with that bus fare.
God
Shotgun, bitch.
damn.
You hit the jackpot, motherfucker.
Anyway, Sunday was a fun day. A day that I spent mostly, bopping around the paddock just because I want to get more paddock photos and all that stuff. So,
Okay.
yeah, so that was what I was doing mostly.
Rad.
Also saw Stradman's dog.
Oscar's the cutest fucking little shit, isn't he?
I love my girlfriend and I love my family, but I don't think I've loved anything outside of those more than I love Oscar.
Oscar's great.
He's so fucking adorable.
Oh my god.
Anyway, also I guess Stradman took the purple Lamborghini out on track. I don't know.
I saw him make a post about that, but I haven't seen any video.
It now has white wheels as well.
Yeah, it does.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. I mean, there are photos on there. Just to check out Taco Gunner on Instagram. He got some photos of it out on track.
Rad. Cool.
Yep. So, anyway, on Sunday, other things that were showing up on track. George Smith, longtime friend of the program, had the Banana Mobile, that yellow C5.
Yep.
He now has an old Wheelan Grand Am Corvette.
Whoa.
Okay.
Yes. It is like 2 inches lower than his old C5 was. And it's just because the car, they somehow cut 2 inches out of it. So it's like any C5 you bring up next to it, you go from the bottom of the door to the top of it, that the Wheelan car is going to be 2 inches shorter.
Jesus.
Yeah, it is a weird mishmash of different,
I would love to see
Corvette
just his
stuff.
C5 and another just a stock C5 just next to each other. Just see that comparison.
I mean, we're dangerously close to making that happen. Just because he just gets a regular day garage.
Sure.
So whoever the hell gets the garage next to him, it's only a matter of time before it's somebody in a Corvette.
Right.
So, anyway, another fun thing about that car, at Grand Am in the time, they were using a spec ECU and sensor setup, and he's still running that.
Whoa.
And the problem, he said, if something goes wrong, he has to find somebody who worked on that car to help him fix it.
Damn.
Oh.
Yeah, because it's not only Grand Am teams use that shit. So
Wow.
yeah.
Swap that shit, bro.
I really need to tell him, hey man, I mean, I know this is awesome and everything, but Motec.
Okay,
Sorry,
there, Dave?
I wasn't.
All right.
I wasn't anticipating the entire table to move when I push it with 2 fingers on each hand.
Don't worry,
Dave,
Dave.
you're strong. Forget. No, don't.
You're a growing boy.
Dave Strong.
Strong.
I am strong like Mother Russia.
Anyway, he got that out for the show on Sunday, so
Cool.
that was awesome.
Rad.
It's fast, but not pin you in your seat fast like his yellow car was, because the Wheelan car is down 150 horsepower.
Oh damn. Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, it again a function of it being
That's fixable.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's also a function of it being a car that was built to a very certain set of specifications.
Sure.
Yep. But then we had a very, very fun Spec Miata race.
Oh really?
Oh, really?
The top 4 were super tight.
Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, good old Andy Munch. He was up there. He managed to keep the lead.
Wasn't
Very cool.
Ayrton top 5?
Ayrton.
Ayrton. There we go. Thank you.
Ayrton on Saturday qualified 6th, but I think somebody bumped him coming out of Tooele, spun him off track, and he got beached on the outside of Tooele.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was
Poor guy.
That was not fun to see. But I did see him talking to some of his karting clients, so shout out to him.
Very
Yeah.
cool.
He's helping the kids.
Yeah.
But Andy Munch, holds off, but then Papa Morrison, I believe his name is Steve, but I like calling him Pops.
That's okay.
Yeah. Anyway, he is just middle of the race, he's in fourth. There is a large gap to fifth. There is a large gap to third. Couple of laps left. Oh, look who's like threatening third place. And then whoever was in second, like, went off. So Andy then had a lot of real estate. Second place comes back on track, and just you can see them coming down the front straight. Pops, this dude desperately trying to, like, come back. Like, Papa Morrison got him by a fender. At
Oh
the
my
checker.
God.
Nice.
Yeah.
Damn.
So, like, that was fun. That was a fun race to watch.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Yup. So, there we go. Some World Challenge news real quick.
Oh, our lovely friend Sally.
Yes, Sally got herself her first top 10 finish.
Beautiful.
Yep.
And that was at VIR.
Yep, on that was in the first race of the weekend. Second race, she goes P7
Beautiful.
in
Damn.
her rookie year.
Get it, girl.
Very nice,
Hell yeah.
Sally.
Drew Stavely from Ian Lacey Racing. He got himself a couple podiums, I believe.
Very nice.
As did the DXDT Racing guys.
Very cool.
Yep. So, and yeah, there was an F1 race. Daniel Ricciardo backed into Daniel Kvyat, which was hilarious.
Back
Yeah, I heard
into.
there was a lot of
Yes.
shit going on.
So, at Baku, there are a lot of places where, like, the escape road is just straight ahead of the turn.
Okay.
And it's just a thing that happens. You cook the turn, it's dusty, whatever. So before they go into the castle section, which is named because there's a fucking castle right there,
Right.
Kvyat, he's on the outside. Ricardo thinks he can just kind of undercut him, but they both kind of overcook,
Okay.
which is fine. Nobody hits anybody. Kvyat avoids going nose first into the barrier. Ricardo goes straight off.
Okay.
So there is Kvyat, behind Daniel Ricciardo's car.
Okay.
Daniel is panicking. He is not having a great season. He
Okay.
left a good thing for something he thought was going to be better.
And isn't.
No. He wants to get back out because he feels he has a chance to get some points.
Okay.
Instead of doing the awesome thing, which everybody does, which is, whip the car forward, whip a nice little Johnny there and get back out on track,
Right.
he throws a bitch in R.
Wait. Those cars have a reverse gear?
Yes, they do. Them and
Why? Slap my ass.
You've watched them reverse into pits before.
I have
for
not.
this,
Oh, I have.
for this exact purpose, because there are some escape roads where you will need to back out.
And I imagine the clutch kick button is not an option for some of these.
I mean, you do have the hand clutches, so if you really want to. Yep.
Okay.
Anyway, so there is poor Daniel Kvyat.
Okay.
Who was back with a Red Bull team in some capacity after his embarrassing fall from grace, which involved him hitting other people. But here he
Noticing
is.
the trend.
He's doing fine, though. He hasn't done anything bad. He's just living his life,
Just doing his thing.
trying to keep his nose clean. And then, suddenly, Australian backs into him.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
All right. The explanation makes it clearer.
Danny Rick damages the floor of Kvyat's car.
Oh, no.
Kvyat is done for the day. Danny Rick also ends up retiring. Because I believe he retired. Not 100% sure. But
Okay.
He didn't have the race he wanted.
Huh.
Yeah. So that, not great. So that happened. Valtteri Bottas got himself another win. So,
Okay.
yep, bearded Valtteri getting that championship, goddammit.
It's going to happen.
Yeah, Charles Leclerc, after his really terrible accident in qualifying, where he said, I am stupid, and then went on like Instagram or Twitter and said, I'm an idiot, I'm so sorry, I am worth less than nothing. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Be a little hard on yourself, I guess.
Yeah, it's like, nah, dude,
Is this after the flat incident where the flyby?
The what?
You guys not see this? We were talking about this with Jackson. Somebody had a puncture on during P1 and was on a straightaway right after the turn, and somebody who was trying to qualify didn't see him there, and comes around the corner at full tilt and barely misses him.
Yeah, no, this was not that. This
Okay.
was going into the castle section. He was way too committed to that turn, and a car will turn so long as all four wheels are on the ground. When you hit the curbing, it tends to not let the car turn. So he went kind of straight across and nosed into the barrier there.
Yeah, you'll do some.
Yeah,
Turning.
but he came back. He ended up doing. I think he got fastest lap of the race.
Interesting.
Which is going to be a fun thing because
Was that pre or post rhinoplasty?
this is post rhinoplasty.
Okay.
Yep. So
Playing
yeah.
a little catch up.
Yeah. God, the Mercedes, like they keep saying, oh yeah, we're not going to have the pace to match the Ferraris. We're just going to go out there and do what we can. And then it's just like, oh yeah, no, you're going to fucking wax them. Like, you're just going to dust those dudes real good. So it's just weird that they're always like, yeah, well, we're just going to go out there and give it the old college try. And it's just like, no, you're going to fucking, dust them hard. But, yeah, so, Charles got fastest lap, I believe. Pierre Gasly, who looked like he was getting used to that fucking Red Bull, finally retired. Something broke on the car. He was running good, but, yeah. Anyway, so there you go. There's my half-assed F1 wrap-up.
Because Dad's not here.
Come
Yeah.
back, Dad.
So, God damn it. Anyway, still have a gift for Dad, but I'll also have a gift for you, which I got to go grab.
Oh, that's right.
So after this,
This is the first time I've seen you since you come back.
yeah. So after we wrap this up, which is going to be fairly quick, I'm going to run upstairs and grab that. Anyway, that is it for all the news and racing and whatever the hell else we did tonight. So thank you for joining us on episode 187. We will be back on episode 188 with Gavin and more stories about things.
Jeez.
Yes, that may or may not involve squatting, depression, and watches.
My staples.
Yep, that is.
Fuck.
Those are kind of your things.
Those
Yeah.
are when you describe Gavin. Those are the three overlapping circles.
Have
of
you
the Venn
seen my
diagram.
Instagram lately?
Oh boy. You don't need social media. You need a fucking therapist.
I do.
Don't we all?
Please save me.
Listen, everybody, real quick. I mean,
Tiny Rack!
everybody. I mean, listen. If you can, just go see a therapist, even if you think you're doing all right. It's just
Honestly, that's
This is
one
my
of the best
therapy.
things.
God, this is bad
This
therapy.
is very bad
It
therapy.
doesn't do anything for me,
horrible.
but
No.
No, but yeah, I mean, if you can, just go see a therapist. Anyway,
Yeah.
we'll be back on Thursday to talk about things and stuff with Gavin and read some letters because we have some letters.
Holy shit.
Yes, we do.
We have
Fan mail.
correspondence?
We have one I tried to respond to, but I got a failure notification, so I guess they used a fake email address to email us the first time around.
Thanks, ISIS.
Wow.
Right? Anyway, find us on @CamAutomag on all the social medias. Gavin is GP Media, Gavin's Poor Brain, Exhibition of Speed. He's out there.
That's it.
There you go.
GP.media is
So
the photo one.
So on and so forth.
Yeah, like you do.
Yep. Anyway, podcasts, everywhere you find your podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play. We're out there. If you need us, that's where you find us. Support us on Patreon, patreon.com/CamAutomag. Buy some awesome shirts, hats, sweaters, whatever from us at CamAutoswag.com or from our friends at Steady Broke Clothing, SteadyBroke.com. Use coupon code CamAuto15 at SteadyBroke.com to save 15% on your entire order.
Boom.
There we go. All right, folks, for episode 187.
Wow.
I have been Mike.
I've been Daddy Rads.
I've been Zeke.
My name's Jeff.
Perfect.
I'm strong like babushka, but not strong like ox.